Okay, hey, there we go. It went live this time. Who knew second time was the charm? We'll be getting started for real on the stream here in just a minute. For the moment, just enjoy the beautiful cyberpunk soundtrack. That was like the main theme, right? The one's like V. And then I think next is what, Rebel Path? Please tell me it's the Rebel Path. I love that track. No, it's Extraction Action. Ah, close enough. Then Rebel Path. We're rocking the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack here so I can stay hype for the DLC, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. Man, that's crazy. I gotta go beat Starfield before that happens. I gotta beat Starfield. Oh, and the screen's not upside down, by the way. Just the book is. There we go. We'll flip Joker around. I gotta go beat Starfield, dude. Really? You don't want to ask. I swear, I just spilled some of my water on myself. Like, can you believe this? I'm just gonna have to start like drinking out of a sippy cup, man. And even that probably is like fraught with danger. How ridiculous. So how are you all doing? It's a Wednesday, you know? It's a Wednesday, my dudes, or whatever. However that goes. But it is true. This is, in fact, a Wednesday. And on Wednesday, it's New Comic Book Day. So that is the day of the week in which, you know, people go buy comic books. At least if you're a comic book fan. If you're not a comic book fan, I guess you wouldn't go buy comic books. That's just... that stands to reason. Now, it's pretty common sense kind of stuff right there. But, hey, far be it from me to tell you what to do. If you want to go buy comic books and you're not a comic book fan, please do so. The industry could really use the money. Like, seriously, the comic book industry can totally use a cash infusion. If you want to go buy, like, every comic book ever made, please. Let's see, I should get these other books out of here because we're not really going to talk about any of these guys. Hello, Ninja Weasel. Well, you haven't really missed anything, man. I spilled water on myself, and we're listening to the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack. But of course we are. Of course. Because, like I said, man, I gotta stay freaking hype. Like, when Phantom Pain or whatever it is gets here, Phantom Freedom, like, I don't even know. It's got Phantom in the name. I guess Phantom Pain is the Metal Gear Solid game, right? So this would be the Phantom Freedom or the Freedom Phantom or something like that. Look, we'll spin up the Freedom Laser. Alright, how about that? That is a super deep cut. Nobody is gonna remember the Freedom Laser. Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain. There we go. See? I can remember things sometimes. How you doing tonight, Mr. Weasel? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, yo, how you doing? You know what? I'm not even gonna... Wait, did it create like a second event for that? Hold on. Hold on. What the frick is YouTube doing? Did it somehow make like a second video? Okay, that one's not real. So the one I uploaded a thumbnail for isn't even real. Okay. Dude, I tell you, technology just doesn't work. It don't work at all. Stream ended 5 minutes ago. What are you talking about? No. Alright, we're just going to delete that. Like, go away, whatever you are. Because we got a perfectly good stream right here. Titled, Too Much Batman and Some Comic Book Surgery. And we are indeed going to do some comic book surgery here. House stuff. Oh, okay. So that's still going down. Hey, it's an XLG for the MLB. You do have baseball in Canada, right? Like that's a thing, isn't it? Like you go out there, you throw a ball around for a little while, somebody hits it with a stick eventually. You know, maybe it's just in the city of Montreal that has baseball. I don't know. Let me know, XLG, in the chat, which should be like over there, or in the comments down below, which is kind of hard to point to because I got to curl my finger that way. Yes, they do have baseball in Canada. Awesome. So we're going to start the stream off with this. We're not going to... Only Toronto left? Okay. We're going to start the stream off with this. We're not going to do a review of it or anything that advanced. I'm going to save that for when I'm like really feeling... because it takes a frame of mind to explain this book. But it is completely insane. The book is totally cracked out. Let me find exactly what I'm looking for here. So the whole premise is Joker's fighting Batman, drops Batman into a tank of chemicals at Axis Chemicals. Does this sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Somebody getting dropped in a vat of strange chemicals at Axis Chemicals? What are they even doing at Axis Chemicals? Why do people plop in there so frequently? Who just leaves open-topped, like, vats of acids and who knows what laying around? Axis Chemicals, obviously, because they are just one big OSHA safety violation. But, hey, that's neither here nor there. What is here or there? What is here or there, though? It's, the humor of this book. It's totally crazy. So Joker goes down. He's like, oh no, Batman melted. What am I gonna do? I gotta have Batman to fight. Life is meaningless. Come on, let's pick up where we left off. And then you flip over to the next page. What does Joker find wrapped up in the bat cape? A baby. And that's the premise of the book. What if the Joker had to raise a baby to turn the baby into Batman? And so instead of being about like crazy crime hijinks or something like that, which you might expect from a book titled Joker, right? You might be expecting that. You might be expecting like crazy bat action, like Batman to come gliding in, kick Joker in the face or whatever. Nah, none of that. This book is all about Joker having to deal with pedestrian stuff, like making Harley Quinn wash her hands. If I can find that. Yeah. Joker's like, no, you can't pick up the baby. I don't know where your hands have been. You need to go wash your hands. And so she has to go wash her hands. Can Joker get, like, a daycare to take care of the baby? The answer is no. No, he can't get a daycare. Crazy Wolf and Cub? No, it's... I mean, you're referring to Lone Wolf and Cub, and no, Joker doesn't even go on wacky adventures. Like, there's no samurai, or there's no crime battles or anything. It's just Joker having to deal with parenting stuff, like buying the wrong size diapers. Somebody rings the doorbell. Like, it's complete. I didn't know what to expect, and this is completely different from whatever I expected. It's been a treat to read this thing. And once I get in the right mood, get in the right frame of mind, I'm going to review this thing. I might do a bunch of reviews of this thing. I don't know. There's like 10 chapters in this, I think. The table of contents. Seven chapters. There's 7 chapters in this thing. So I might just stretch this out into like 7 reviews. Like maybe this is what I'm going to review for like a week straight. Like I'm seriously giving it that consideration because I think it'll be a hoot. I would rate it a capital J out of 2. All right, a capital J. You can't even like rate this linearly. It goes off into its own thing. You have to use like imaginary or complex numbers to describe this book because it's just that crazy. There's just so much wrong with it in every possible way, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Ninja Weasel, dude, if you happen to be out somewhere and you spot a copy of this, man, I think you will get a hoot out of it. It's got a lot of the same joys that like Spy and Family have, except it's the Joker, and it's way, way crazier than you can possibly imagine. So that is the first thing I wanted to make sure we talked about tonight, because that was A+. It is A+ stuff. Let's see, I think I got something in my Trello I wanted to pull up to talk about here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see, is this it? Where's that? Oh, those are not the numbers I'm looking for. Oh, this is the data the thing I was looking for. Yeah, this is a really juicy thing. And it's maybe a little inside baseball, like some of you are probably not going to care that much, but I find this stuff endlessly fascinating. Oh, hey, actually, before I flip over to that view, this was supposed to be the thumbnail for today, right there. I made this with DALL-E, like, I don't know at this point. Back in January or something. Because I asked DALL-E to make like a bunch of Shiba Inus that were superheroes to use as thumbnails for these. And I've used them all like once or twice before. But there you go. That was supposed to be today's thumbnail. Not to be confused with this classic thumbnail. Oh yeah, Count Dante, the most dangerous man alive. Man, that book series is fun. Close that window there. Alright, let's flip over here to my desktop. You can't read that. Nobody can read that. Let me... There we go. The Crown Prince of Death. Look at Ninja Weasel there popping in the chat. He's popping off with the Fishman again. So, there's a long-standing, like, saying about books. And one of the things is that a lot of books don't sell. And this isn't specifically like a comic book thing either. Like, this is just all books. Out of the 100,000 books or whatever that are published by big publishers, you know, Penguin, Random House, there's not that many publishers anymore. There's like 5 publishing houses and they own everything. Including Disney has one. Man, academics is even worse because there's like 2 publishers that publish everything there. They own all the journals and stuff, and so if you want to, like if you're a library or whatever, you basically are extorted because you got to carry Springer's journals, and Springer makes you pay like $5,000 a year or something stupid like that for a subscription to that journal. It's absolutely obscene. And that's because Springer is evil. Hey, that is an opinion, that is not a fact. Please don't sue me, Springer. I know you have really deep pockets because you're evil. Anyway. There we go. So, a little post on why blah blah blah. And I don't care about this post, but the guy that publishes the Sosova magazine linked to this stuff. And it's just juicy. Hi all, it's Krista McLean, lead industry analyst from NCBD BookScan. If you don't know what BookScan is, they keep track of all sales of books. Okay, maybe not all, but like most retail establishments report statistics back to BookScan. It's a big freaking deal. So they have a pretty good idea of what sells and what doesn't. So the thing I want to get across here, here's what I found. Collectively, 45,571 unique ISBNs appear for these publishers, and our front list sales data for the last year. And this is from a year ago. In this data set, very few books sold 100,000 or more copies. These are the kind of books that you can actually live on if you sell this. Like if you are the person who wrote the book, depending on whether it's a trade paperback or a hardback, that kind of stuff, you know, you're looking at getting like $1 a book. Yeah, okay. Close enough. Most people get an advance, and then they never see a penny of royalties because the book just doesn't sell enough. These people that are in this 163 books sold, that many copies or more, those are the few people that will see royalties. So are probably these guys right here. Once you start getting down here and lower, you're looking at like diminishing returns very quickly. So check this out. In this year, so 52 weeks leading up to August 24 of last year, 6,700 books sold less than 12 copies. Wow! Wow! And these are the kind of books, like this stuff down here at the bottom. This is the kind of thing that you see end up at the Dollar Tree for $1, man. I've actually got some pretty good reads out of the Dollar Tree. Not gonna lie. Like for $1, you can go in and get all kinds of weird stuff. I got this one book called Terrorists of Irustan or something like that, which is like a sci-fi novel of women's liberation. And there was a lot of stuff that was kind of eye-rolling in there. But there was also some really neat stuff. And seeing like that culture on that planet and all that was kind of fun. I ate that book up, man. I ate it with a big spoon. But I bet you that book is probably one of these guys that's down here towards the bottom. I might be wrong. I haven't looked up sales figures for it, so I don't know. But I got it at the dollar store for $1, which means the dollar store, maybe it was Dollar Tree, whatever, they got it for like a nickel. That's the only way they can make money. Like they got it from the, please, I want this out of my warehouse sale. Now I found this section real interesting because a lot of stuff that I like BattleTech source books back in the day, they were in this bucket. They're already selling better than about 65% of all books. Because like something like a house book or whatever for BattleTech would sell like 1,000 or 2,000 copies. I don't know if that's still true. I don't know what their sales figures are like, but I remember on Rec Games Mecca back in the day, seeing numbers like 1,000 or 1,500 copies getting thrown around. And if that's the case, I don't see how FASA, however you pronounce that, made a lick of money. I don't see how they made a single penny anywhere, because you're selling a book for like $15 and you sell 1,000 copies of it, that's only 15 grand. And FASA's not seeing all of that. They're going to see a quarter of that. I have no idea what Tech Wars sold. It probably sold pretty good because it's got Bill Shatner's name on it. That's probably, since it's got Bill Shatner's name on it, oh, go away, stupid freaking bar. Like, it was probably up here, dude. I do got a couple Tech War comic books. That is a thing. And I got a couple of them. But this is specifically talking about paperbacks and hardbacks and stuff like that. Things that come through a mainstream publisher, not periodicals like comic books. So, I just thought this was real interesting. How many books are down here in the dregs? 65, there's no way anybody made any money if you're selling fewer than 1,000 copies. I could go down to the print shop at the other end of the town and probably print up something and sell enough copies that I'm over this 14.7%. Like, I could be in the top 85% of all book publishers. Just myself. I just have to sell 15 copies. And I know I could sell 15 copies of pretty much anything I want to if I went to actually do it. So that's crazy. This is absolutely wild, these numbers here. And, okay, here we go. Data includes from titles from Penguin Random House, Simon Schuster, Hachette, HarperCollins, Scholastic, Disney, Macmillan, Abrams, Sourcebooks, and John Wiley. Half of these companies own the other half, by the way, and I don't remember which ones. Scholastic is a scarily large publisher, man, because they sell at schools. They make more money in grosses than I think pretty much anybody else here does. Scholastic is the biggest publisher of comic books because they sell stuff like Captain Underpants and Dogman, and those books sell millions. They sell millions. Anyway, I just had to highlight this because I thought this stuff was kind of cool. Just kind of seeing where some stuff I know that was not particularly big sellers fits in. And I'm positively shocked that like some random Battletech source book of all things is, at least compared to these numbers, which in 1995 numbers, it's probably a completely different picture. But in 2023 numbers, like those books sit in this bucket. And that seems so wild to me that they're better off than all of this crap down below. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Now, today's stream is under false pretenses. You didn't know it, but I was over here tricking you. This was all a trick. I have no new comic books today. I didn't go to the store. I had nothing to pick up. There are no new comic books on New Comic Book Day, except that there are. Yeah, that's right. I tricked you, and then I double tricked you. Get out of here, Joker. Because I got Christmas present early. I got a Christmas present early. Man, I wish I could cover this up and then do a big reveal. I got something I can cover this up with. Let's see. I got no plan. Oh, I got a paper bag. That'll be big enough. Yeah. What is it that could be below this mysterious brown paper bag? What lurks below? No, wait. What was the name of that Harrison Ford movie? What Lies Beneath? Like 1998? 1999, something like that? Anyway, What Lies Beneath? What Lies Beneath? Yeah, man, how do I remember that? I've never even watched that movie all the way through. What lies beneath this placid brown paper bag from... this is brown paper bag. This is from Westfield Comics. Well, the book's not, but the bag is. I haven't been to Westfield Comics in a couple of years. Oh, I accidentally showed the book. This beautiful, deluxe, super duper amazing hardback edition. Look how glossy the plastic is of Batman Under the Red Hood. Let's get this open and flip through it. Let's see, what is the safest way to open this? So, like I said, this is a Christmas present, but it came early. So, the person who got it for me was just like, yeah, go ahead. No sense sitting on it. No sense just sitting there letting it rot when you can go ahead and pop this puppy open and give her a read. So, we're going to kind of gently unshrink wrap this dude. Now, Under the Red Hood is a story I don't think I've actually read the whole thing of. I don't think I've read all of Under the Red Hood. I've read some of it, and I liked it. And of course, there's the animated movie, and that's really good. Let's get the dust jacket off. Oh, look at that. That is way better than the dust jacket. It's that classic photo or picture. Hold on. Don't get me wrong, the dust jacket, pretty cool. But let's open this up so you can see it. This is like the classic imagery. Jason versus Batman, head to head, slugging it out. Oh, I can't, we're hitting the camera. Gotta be careful. Hey, look at that. It's, Amazo, or whatever his name is. He's having a bad day. He's a robot, though, so nobody actually cares if he has a bad day. Look at this stuff, man. It's so good. I don't really like bringing Jason Todd back, but at least he had an excuse for coming back that wasn't just we retconned him back into existence. Like, oh yes, you're tragic. Like, as I understand it, like the canonical explanation for how all this happened is from Superboy Prime punching the universe really, really hard. Look at that. What a great panel. Also a great panel. Black Mask right there. Oh, here we go. There's the explanation. It's, I just talked about it, and then boom, there it is. There's Superboy Prime punching the universe so hard that Robin doesn't die when he's clearly already dead. I think in the movie they explained it as Ra's al Ghul dumped him in like a Lazarus pit or something. But I gotta be honest, I find the stupider explanation of some angry teenager punched the universe really hard more fun as a reason for somebody to come back to life. Oh, never mind. Here's the Lazarus pit. All right, well, whatever. It's all in here, man. Like I said, I haven't read all of this. Dude, look at her freaking hair. Hold on. You can't see her hair. Look at her hair. Her hair looks great. There's so much book here, dude. It's like 500 pages of comics wrapped up in this. No wonder this book costs like $100. Oh, 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 oh. Good stuff, man. So I wanted to show that off. I wanted to, like, it's not really an unboxing, but it's an unwrapping, I guess, for this thing. Way too cool. DC, I don't know about what Marvel's putting out, but DC is absolutely putting out some absolute banger hardbacks right now. I almost bought that Killing Joke hardback they put out a couple years ago, but then I remembered I don't actually like the Killing Joke that much. Alright, we're going to set this aside, because I got another thing to get out. And I don't even know if this thing's going to fit under the camera in a reasonable way, so that you can actually see what's going on here. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's way too big. Oh, I can't even pick it up. Can't even pick it up. Oh! Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What is this, 1,000 pages? This is almost as big as my New Gods omnibus. That's how thick this is. Here, we'll just slide it under the camera. It looks like it'll just barely fit this way. There you go. Just take that in for a little while. We've completely filled the camera with pages. Alright? That's a lot of pages. The camera can't even focus because the book is like less than an inch from the camera. That's how big this thing is. Let's crack it open, huh? Let me show you what the cover is. Dude, this book is so big, the shrink wrap has busted open on its own. That's how big this thing is. Yeah. You should be able to tell just from that without me actually having to show you the title, what this book is. Ugh. So glossy on that dust jacket. So if you went Elizabeth, Is that the Batman Adventures Omnibus? I would have to tell you, truthfully, that it is. This just came out too. It looks great so far. Oh gosh, I can barely pick this thing up. This is just ginormous. Let me get the dust jacket off of it. We'll examine that, and then we'll look at the cover and all that jazz. You gotta take these things in phases, man. When books are this big, you can't just look at them. Yeah. Oh, the dust jacket's totally crunched. Bruh, I didn't do that. Oh, whatever. That's what dust jackets are for, man. Batman Adventures Omnibus. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Looks great. Little bios, of course. Stuff on the back. This retails for a lot of money in Canada. 195 Canadian. I feel bad for XLG. Having to use Canadian money. Then we got... Man, I can't splay this book open, I don't think. Oh, let's try it. Let's try it. Oh! So front cover is, of course, Batman. Back cover's got a bunch of his villains. Batgirl's all the way up here. You can't see her. She's above Clayface, but Clayface, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, Riddler, Catwoman. Harley's right off the where you can see. Man-Bat's wing is right here. It's a great looking cover, front and back. No, let me get this book. Oh. Let me go ahead and open it up, because I can't open this book up, man. This book, the edge of the cover goes up higher than the camera is. Like, that's how thick we be. I can't even, like... That's the only problem with these kind of giant omnibuses, is they're not really made to be read. They're kind of made to be collected. Because a book this thick is really hard to read. Dude, this looks really pretty. All the colors and stuff are just popping off the page. And these are books that I'm not familiar with. I didn't really buy these when I was a kid. And even as an adult, I've only got like a couple of these issues, man. They're actually pretty darn expensive. Much like the cartoon, these books kind of did a better job of being Batman than actual Batman cartoons did. Dude, this looks like it's right out of Dick Tracy over here. Hold on. Let's scoot the book. Oh, the whole page on the left over here looks like it's right out of Dick Tracy. I love it. That's freaking beautiful. And look, a bad guy smoking a cigarette. When Joe Quesada said that Wolverine and the Thing couldn't smoke anymore, oh, what a great panel. Well, page, really. When he said they couldn't smoke anymore, it took a lot away from those characters, because both of them smoking cigars was pretty much a defining trait of who those people were. And ripping that out was not a good idea. Hey! Maxie Zeus shows up. Look at that. I got no idea when I'm going to find time to read this big, stonkingly huge book. Got Talia over here. But I hope to. One thing I was really hoping with the Adventures Continue books... Dude, this is like right out of Jack Kirby over here. That's awesome looking. One thing I was really hoping with the Adventures Continue books that they did, we just wrapped up season 3 of that or whatever, like the 3rd year of it, is just that those stories, the art in them, be closer to on model for the cartoon. Like, this stuff is actually pretty close to on model for the cartoon. It looks fabulous. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, we got a little overambitious right there. So, It's really cool. This is a really hype thing to have. Just like that Red Hood book was. I will get the dust jacket back on this thing later. I don't think I can pull that off, like manipulating that book. It's too much. It's just too much. Oh, who am I kidding? Let's do it. Let's watch me fumble with a book that weighs more than my dog. Okay. Front on. Wrap it around. And back cover on. We did it successfully. All we got going on is that wrinkle. And I guess that was there when I got it, because I did not put that hard of a crease on this thing when I was getting it off. Yeah, there's a crease that runs all the way down here. There's no way I did that. Yeah, whatever. That's okay. I'll put the Red Hood book on top of it, and maybe that'll flatten it out a little bit. Now, we did have one other thing that we promised to do on this stream. That was comic book surgery. That's what poor Shuriken is here for. Gonna get some surgery. You don't know what kind of surgery we're doing. We're gonna try to clean it up on the back. Got these spots here where it's like got dirt rubbed onto it and ground in or something. And I thought, hey, you know what's really good at getting stuff off of paper? An eraser. So I brought my Staedtler eraser from home from work. Gosh, I've been using this eraser for a long time because I don't usually write in pencil. Like this, I had this eraser when I was in undergrad. This thing's like 20 years old. And you can see that I've used like maybe a 1/4 inch out of this. Let's try it. Let's see if this will get some of this dirt off. I think it worked a little bit. I don't know. I don't have a before and after to compare, but the paper looks a little cleaner right there. Let's give it another try. See what happens. I got some stuff off, but the main body of it's not coming off at all. So, can't get dirt off a comic book with an eraser. We've run the experiment. We gave it a try. I guess I'm going to have to just get like a plastic scraper and try that. I got a bench scraper like you would use for getting dough off of like a countertop where you were kneading dough. I got one of those downstairs. I got a metal one I got with a nice wooden handle. It's a beautiful thing. But I've also got like a straight up just plastic one. So I might get that plastic one and give that a try and see if that's any better at getting the crud off of a comic book. Alright, well that was everything I wanted to do tonight, guys. So I think we're done. I think we are finished with this YouTube stream. I don't even know if the stream's still going, man. As far as I know, the stream could have died. And y'all are just humoring me by hanging out in my chat. Woo! Already? We went 40 minutes. These streams are only like, they only go 30 minutes minimum. Like, that's all you're guaranteed on New Comic Book Day, XLG. I am probably gonna go get another drink because I've only got like one sip left of this thing, and then I'll probably be on Twitch in a little bit. Like I said somewhere earlier in this stream, man, I gotta go beat Starfield. That way I'm ready for Cyberpunk, which I'll remind you is what we're listening to. Hold on, where's my? I don't have the little window. Okay. Oh, let's just click over. Which I'll remind you is what we're listening to. Also, just because I can do it, here's a little set of pictures of Phantom absolutely destroying some treats, because that's what she did. She was an apex predator. She ate the treats. All the treats. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. I hope to see you again next time, sometime. And take care of yourselves. And yeah, you can look forward to me over on Twitch in maybe 10, 15 minutes, something like that. And yeah, bye-bye. Again, the thumbs up. We'll do the thumbs up, and then I'm going to mute my microphone, and then we'll kick out of here in like 30 seconds, okay? Okay. Oh, and if you haven't hit that like button yet, go ahead and like it. What do you think I'm doing this thumbs up for? This is your visual reminder of reality. Hit that like button.